Hey y'all, Kelly Whitney here with another thing older black women should tell younger black women, but don't. Girls, don't be afraid to listen to the hard advice. Now, there's a reason why it may seem like I'm always encouraging you to leave. Leave bad situations, leave faulty friends, leave bad relationships, leave unfair, toxic jobs. The reason I'm always encouraging you to leave is not because I want you to be a quitter. It's not because I want you to be alone. Absolutely not. And it's definitely not because I don't want you to be forgiving or to give people a second chance when they deserve it. That's not why I encourage you to leave. I encourage you to listen to the hard advice because I think women deserve to live well, period. I think women can be too kind, too considerate. We've been conditioned to be that way, but that's not always what leads to the most optimal outcomes for us. When you're too kind and too considerate and you consistently put yourself behind someone else's needs, wants, considerations, and expectations, you usually end up a loser. And our time on earth, it's so precious. It goes by so quickly. The reason I encourage women to leave is because time is not your friend. It's the most valuable commodity that you have. Once spent, you can never get it back. So I will always encourage women to be productive, to be considerate, to be intentional, and to value the right relationships. Now, when I tell you to listen to the hard advice, that's not just because other people always know best. Not even me. Another thing I encourage you to always do is to think for yourself. I don't have all the answers. If I did, I wouldn't have this many stories to tell you about what went wrong and then later what went right. I can tell you those stories because I've made mistakes, because I've put my foot wrong, because I trusted the wrong people, and then I lived to tell the tale. Relationships are so important if your goal is to live well, but they have to be the right relationships. I will never encourage a woman to stay attached to anyone, regardless of their label, if that relationship does not serve her. If she's being mistreated, if she's being gaslighted, if she's being abused, if she's being stymied, stifled, or held back, that's not a good place for a woman to be. Women already are under pressure. Society was not built for us to thrive all the time, but we do anyway because we have what it takes if we know when to leave bad situations. So again, I'm never encouraging you to leave or to listen to the hard advice because I want you to be alone or bitter or mean or, unforgiving. No, just the opposite. I encourage you to listen to the hard advice and to leave relationships that don't serve you because I want you to be the opposite of those things. Bitterness comes from staying in unpalatable situations too long because time passes. Your feelings are perverted. You feel bad. Your self-esteem and self-worth get trampled. That's what leads to the meanness. That's what leads to the bitterness. That's what leads to insecurity and all those other bad feelings that women suffer when they stay in relationships too long. Friend, toxic family members, toxic work environments. And when I say friend, I mean faux friend, okay? It doesn't matter what the relationship is. If it doesn't work for you, leave it. And a lot of times, people will give you that hard advice and you're not ready to listen to it. You come around to things later. You may be reasoning things out on your own, and what you're hearing, that tough advice, maybe it comes from me, maybe it comes from some other older person in your life, or maybe even a younger person, whomever. If you're not ready to hear it, you're not ready to hear it. But when you are ready to hear it, don't continue to stay in the situation because the advice or the information is unpalatable. Life is not always going to be easy. In a bid to live well, you will run into situations, you will run into people, and you will run into just all kinds of nonsense out here that requires you to think critically for yourself and decide, what do I want? What do I need? What do I have currently? What resources are at my disposal? All these things factor into how you move, how you behave, and how you think and plan to move forward. That's why I say leave. If you stay in a bad situation, no matter who the players are, if you stay, you waste time, you waste energy, you waste money. But time is the most important thing because all those other things, you can get them back. Energy, take a nap, eat well, take some vitamins, exercise, that'll come back. Money, work hard, save, eliminate, invest, do the right thing, that'll come back. But your time, no. Once spent, you can never get it back. So when I'm encouraging you to leave, it's not because I want you to be alone. Absolutely not. I have wonderful relationships. I have family that I cherish. I have friends that have enriched my life. And I have been loved by more than one man. So it's not that there's not good people out there. It's just that when you spend too much time around the bad ones, you minimize your exposure to the good ones. And that ends my TED Talk for today. I'll see y'all tomorrow.